What's good, legend? Nice to see you in the episode 2. I can see you're committed, so let's not waste any time and let's jump in it. Here is a very cool website called solanaplayground.io. It's like you're able to make smart contracts inside browser. It's a kind of browser-based thing for making smart contracts. I don't really make smart contracts, but when I did like those tutorials, when I learned a bit about them, everything I did was inside right here. So really easy to get started, and there are a bunch of tutorials to help you along the way. The one tutorial that really kind of got things to click for me was this Tiny Adventure 2. We're gonna use this one because it just has a bit more stuff in it, and it's made by Solana Soulplay Jonas Hand. So make sure to give him a follow. If you have any questions about a smart contract, just let him know. This is his stuff. But what I wanted to go through with you today is how can you get this smart contract, which already exists up here on chain, into Godot. The main premise of this smart contract is that you are sending 0.1 Sol into a chest, so you're kind of like starting the game, sending 0.1 Sol into the chest, which is kind of like an account, a vault of the basically. And then you're just walking right. You're walking right 3 times. You're basically at the position 0. Your location is 0 on like the tile-based system, let's say. And you're walking 3 times, and on the 3rd tile, there is that chest. So you just put in some money to start the game. You appear on 0 on position 0 slot, and you're moving right. And when you're on the position where the chest is, you're claiming back that 0.1 Sol, and the game kind of ends. So let me just kind of go through and try to see, I can explain to you from my perspective how this works, all right? So there are a couple functions. First of all is initialize level 1. It just basically creates this level which has this account, initialize level 1. It will require a seed, a new game account data. It will require chest vault, signer, and system program. So if you remember from previous episode, when we were structuring those instructions, we needed to add a couple like parameters into the instruction. Okay, so this is what we will also do. So we'll need to send an initialize level 1 transaction, and we will also need to reset level and spawn chest. Let's see what it does. So basically, like, it's kind of dark forest for me as well, but basically from the payer account, you are sending tokens, see with the transfer, to the chest vault account. The transfer happens, and then level reset and chest spawned at position 3. And your position is at 0. So when you start a level, your position is at 0, and you can see game data account is right here. The game data is just this. It holds player position, which is 1 number. All right, okay, so now we created all this thing. In the blockchain, now you're at position 0, the chest is at position 3, and now the other function that you can do is move right. And move right, basically, let's ignore this part. This is the most important part, see? Player position is player position plus 1. So we take the position by getting the account, we're getting the account data, and then from it we're adding 1 to the position. So each time you sign a transaction, you move by 1. And now, if you're at position 3, no, maybe let's do this. If you're in position 2, that means your position also increases by 1, but this time you are getting the chest reward. See, so like from the chest vault, you're sending minus chest reward to the player's account. It gets the chest reward into their own account, kind of, right? It's kind of like that. And there's also a thing, I'm not really sure why this was added, but you also, when you're sending move right transaction, you also need to set the password as an argument. So if the password is not gib, then the transaction is gonna fail. So you can only claim that reward if you have the password, which is now hard-coded into gib. So this is also something to take into consideration. We'll move this all to Godot and see how we can then stitch this up. And basically, when you have the smart contract, you can go here to build. You build it, you deploy it, or if you want to make some changes, you make some changes, and you build it and you upgrade your smart contract. And now I made like this carbon copy. I just deployed it on my own. So now I have this program ID, which is very important, and this IDL. IDL is like a JSON file, which if you put this IDL into Godot, it's gonna kind of stitch up all those like functions and parameters. So I want to export it. See, I downloaded it, but I already have it in my Godot. Okay, so right here you will see that the test, if you remember from previous episode, the test, I just have like a new scene. Now it's called Tiny Adventure Demo. Tiny Adventure Demo right here, it's now empty, and in Tiny Adventure I have added this IDL. And if you look through this IDL, I wish it kind of showed it in a better to understand way, but that's kind of how it is. But you can see instructions, initialize level 1, like this is IDL is basically just a bunch of data on the instructions you can call. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add an anchor program, a node which is gonna hold this program inside it. So from Tiny Adventure Demo, we can always call this program. And now let's try to set it up right here. So we first need the program ID. Program ID is this one. So I'll just copy it right here and paste it. And I also want to see the IDL, the dictionary size is 0. I want to populate this dictionary from the JSON file. So I'll put in the IDL JSON right here, and I'll press try from JSON file. When I do it, you can see now there's a dictionary full of things. So Tiny Adventure 2, the version and everything. So now we have a couple of things. We have 3 instructions. If you remember from when I was giving you the overview, initialize level 1, reset level and spawn chest, move right. And for the move right, for example, we can go inside of it and we can see that it has 4 accounts. So we'll need to add four arguments into this transaction. So chest vault we'll need game data account, we'll need player. This is payer because it's signer. And also the system program. And there's also for this one, unlike this has 0 arguments, this one has an argument of password. All right, so we'll need also to set a password once we call move right. So basically, even though there's also, you can see like there's accounts, so game data account and chest vault account. And errors, we're not going to use the errors. But basically, you can see that you can actually get any anchor program inside here, and even without really knowing all how the program works, you can still kind of make out of it based on these dictionaries. But of course, it helps if you can read the code, if you can go through and see, so you would know how to debug if there are some problems that occur. So I guess this is kind of it. Now anchor program is set up. We just need to know how to kind of make transactions with it. And now this concludes this episode. This was, I believe, wasn't such a difficult episode. And in the next one, we're gonna take it a bit slower. We're going to just set up all the UI stuff. We're gonna like set up UI so logically everything connects. I'll make sure to use the containers so you can like learn how to do UI the proper way. And yeah, we'll just kind of take it easy with the next one, set up all the visuals, so now, and then we'll know what to stitch up with those functions. So I really hope to see you in the next one, and have a good luck.